Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and I apologize for breaking into the latest White House briefing. I am Veronica Martinez, and I have some horrifying news to share with you this afternoon. The sun rose again this morning. Can you believe it? The sun rose again from the east. I am here to report that the sun rose this morning at 5:47 a.m. and has continued to rise to now past the noon hour. We happen to have an expert with us today on the sun rising patterns in our solar system, how the sun rising affects growth on the earth and how it affects humans and their interactions throughout the sun being up during the daylight hours. We have Dr. Regina Welsh here with us today, and she is a professor at UCLA. She teaches astronomy and she also teaches astrology, strangely enough. Professor, are you here with us? Can you hear us?
Yes, I am. Thank you so much for that lovely introduction. Oddly enough, people don't know astrology and astronomy are like the same. So weird. I have a paper on it, don't worry. So here at UCLA, me and my many interns are trying really hard to figure out why the sun is coming up. Due to lack of funding, I'm back in my apartment and we still haven't found out why the sun keeps coming up, but we have figured out its beneficial effects. When the sun does come up, we notice that a lot of suburban moms go out for runs. And we feel like that is important to the environment. So we think that the sun coming up again today will have an increase in suburban moms running throughout the neighborhood.
Professor Welsh, can you give me a little description of how the sun rises every morning? What is the mechanism that makes it happen?
An excellent question. And due to our research, we have found out that there is a very large fishing pole on the outside of the solar system. And through that fishing pole, there is a very thin fishing wire that brings the sun up and down. What controls it? We haven't figured out yet. We need more funding.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. We also have a field reporter here who has spoken with a witness of the sunrise this morning at 6:47 a.m. Robert Fieldston, are you there? Can you hear us?
Yes, this is Rob. I'm here in the news van out on the street, and the news van I noticed has been getting very, very warm.
Oh,
Since the sun has risen, it's just getting hotter and hotter in here. And out on the street, it's just pandemonium. People are stopping on the sidewalks and staring into the sun. We have a witness. We have Mary Schwartzberger. She was a witness. She saw it rising over the horizon. Mary, could you tell us what you saw?
Oh, thank you, Rob. I am so happy to be on the TV with you. I watch your show every day. And I don't believe that the sun came up this morning again. And the mothers are running in the neighborhood. And do you think I'm overdressed? I'm sure I'm overdressed. But this is something that every day it happens. I think that's it. It won't happen again. How could it happen again? And it happened again. It happened again. And when I complained, I didn't know who to call. The police came. They put me in this room. And I don't know where I am. I'm very frightened because it feels a little dark. But I know that the sun must be out there because it rose in the sky again.
Mary, could you tell us, has the sun been moving across the sky or is it just stationary?
Well, you see, before the police put me in the room, it rose in the east, just like she said, and it moved. It moved a little bit each minute. And I was so shocked, I tell you. That's when I called the police, and they came, and now I'm here.
Well, Mary, that's a horrible story, and I wish you all the best. Now let's take us back to our newsroom, to our head reporter.
Thank you, Robert. Professor, can you share with us a little bit, our eyewitnesses comment a little bit further about being overdressed when the sun rises? What is the proper attire someone should wear the next time the sun rises? Who knows? It could be tomorrow for all we know.
Yes. We are suspecting that the sun will rise, but my interns are on it. In terms of dress, we do encourage folks to wear sunscreen because through our research, we've realized that the sun is very, very hot. How hot? Our research is still figuring it out. So we recommend a light tank top, a nice cardigan, and some jeans.
Great. Thank you so much, Professor, for being with us today. And Robert and Mary, thank you for your insights on this event that is still unfolding. We will have more later on our regularly scheduled broadcast. Good night and be well.
Good evening and welcome to Held Apart, a digital improvised variety show brought to you by Long Beach's award-winning improv troupe Held Together Improv for Life. I am your host and director for the evening. My name is Richard Martinez, and we have a fun lineup for you tonight. Obviously, we are living in weird and odd times, and we are unable to leave our homes in order to go and perform improv. Normally tonight we would be performing a free improv show at Hot Java in Long Beach called Last Laugh Saturday. That's our show, but unfortunately we're unable to do that tonight, but we wanted to spread some joy, smiles, and laughter out there anyway, and so here we are, and people will be streaming in from their homes and doing some improv scenes for you tonight. That scene that you just saw was a game called Newscast. That audience suggestion was The Sun Came Up Yet Again, and that came in from June Fonseca from the Facebook group Long Beach Event Calendar. So thank you for that suggestion. Throughout the evening, you're going to see some improv games, some improvised sketches, and even a musical number. And though these scenes were filmed in advance, the players did not know of the audience suggestions until the moment I hit record, and so they were completely improvised. Our next scene features our troupe member Neil. Our next scene features our troupe members Neil and Nellie, as well as Nellie's fiance, who has never taken an improv class before. This is Asking Arlazor, Part 1, Quarantined Couple.
Once again, the barriers between worlds is thin enough where I can open a portal. Welcome, everyone. We're back with Asking Arlazor, where I give you advice during these trying times. Now, I go to Melissa and Ben Schwartzman to see what they need help with from an arcane master.
Hi, Arlazor. Oh, thank you so much for seeing us. Oh, it's been a while since we've seen another human being. Hi. We're just here. This is my husband, Ben. My husband, Ben. He's forgotten that he's my husband is what's really happening here. I thought that through this whole quarantine thing, we would, get a little closer, feel a little more connected, but he seems to be ignoring me, spending a lot of time staring at his wedding ring regretfully, and I don't know what to do about it. I just keep trying to, ignite the flame, and we've been doing everything together, when I go to the bathroom, I tell him to come. When I cook dinner, I tell him to come. We put on our matching t-shirts from our Hawaii vacation, in 2007, but that's not working either. Look, he's like asleep. I don't know what to do, Arlazor, please. How do I bring back the romance, I need some romance. He's the only... Do you see what he did? He just left. I don't know what to do.
Melissa, during these trying times, we must keep our adventuring parties together, for no man can always sleep with one eye open. To keep Ben on the true path, on the quest. You should probably drug him.
Well,
I have a potion called Rafflesia. It only requires 3 drops of cumin, a newt, and a rat.
well,
Once you boil all these together, put it in waffles. They're delicious. And after that, he'll be so sick, you'll be able to take care of him, and he'll love you for who you are.
I feel like that'll really work, but I just can't even find him now. Ben, come out. Arlazar told me what to do for our marriage. Ben, oh my God, look at him. What is he doing? What? I can't deal with this, Arlazar. I think we're gonna get divorced.
During these times, a divorce would be very bad for both of you. You would only have 50% of your resources to defend yourself against plague zombies and ring wraiths and goblins that will clearly come out of the ground. You're going to have to kill Ben. That way you get everything, and at least one of you will survive the apocalypse.
Well, I know he has a pretty good life insurance plan, so that doesn't sound like a bad idea, Arlazar.
Exactly. Remember, you'll want to kill him face to face, so you gain full EXP and level up at least twice. Look, the portal's closing, everybody. Remember, keep 6 feet away from everybody. They're just bubbles of plague. Yeah, goodbye. They're all plagues of bubbles. They're bubbles of plagues.
Throughout the evening, you're going to see a series we like to call Digital Detention, which is a sort of homage to the Breakfast Club. There are a lot of students these days who are having to do some school from home using Zoom and other online video conferencing. What happens if those kids have to go to detention? Digital detention. Let's find out. This is going to be a long-form narrative in 4 parts throughout the evening. Digital detention.
All right, students. You all know what you've done to get yourself here. We thought sending you home and having you do Zoom lessons would, cause you to have some good behavior. Your parents are right there. Come on. Well, anyway, now that you're here, it's just the 4 of you, and you gotta behave. But there's only one way to really get out of here. Can anyone tell me what the way to get out of here is? No, you can't, because you don't know yet. You're all gonna have to write a poem together. And it's gonna have to rhyme. The rhyming is key. If you can't rhyme, you're not out of here. And I don't care if you're in here for 12 hours. I know you don't have anything else to do anyway. Now get to it. I will come back in 1 hour to check on you and your progress.
It's so stupid. I should be out there playing. We have the big baseball playoffs this month. We're supposed to be playing baseball, but here I am stuck with you guys. Now I can't even catch a ball.
Some jock you are.
Whatever. It's right. You can't play baseball in the house. Didn't you watch the Brady Bunch?
Who watches the Brady Bunch? Losers like you, I guess.
You're both losers. Come on, we're in the house. This is my opportunity to be a TikTok star, and then I end up in digital detention. Ugh.
Well, I mean, you're just playing TikTok things all the time. That's at least I was trying to do something good for everybody, you know? I shared the screen and I drew pictures of penises.
There's no such thing as good for everybody. It's a mathematical equation. 100% of the people it can't be good for. Somebody always gets hurt.
Look, I'm failing math, so I don't know what that means.
All I know is, sweetheart, you're only tick-tocking your life away. Can you hear the time counting by? Tick-tock. Tick-tock.
You're jealous because I didn't invite you to be in my TikTok video, which is going viral, by the way. I hit
Oh my
send before I
God.
sent here.
You didn't invite me to be in your TikTok. I'm so sad. Wah, wah.
I love it when girls fight.
Oh gosh. It's just
You're,
a typical.
you're someone that's feeding misogyny by wanting them to go after each other like cages. It's the only way to world peace is if I all get along, especially women.
I mean, I don't know about misogyny, but I know that if you guys keep fighting a little bit more, I'm gonna have to massage me.
Gross,
Yeah.
dude.
Gross.
Gross.
I'm talking like I'm gonna have to pull out my bat and go for a home run.
Whoa, whoa. Well,
I'm gonna-
just because you're not in our physical proximity doesn't mean you get to be gross.
Our next game is an improv classic called New Choice. It features held together troupe members Liz, Zarina, and Agnes, who will be making an entrance, a digital entrance. I'll be the director of this scene. Anytime the players say something that I don't like, they will hear me say new choice, and then they'll have to come up with something entirely different to say until I am satisfied with what they have said. And then they'll have to justify it and make it make sense in the context of their scene. For this game, we needed an audience suggestion of an online course that people could take, and this suggestion came in from Mary Beth Scriven. Her suggestion was an online course on crossing and uncrossing your legs. Here's New Choice.
Connie, my legs keep chafing from uncrossing my legs and then crossing them again. I don't know if this online course is for me.
Rebecca, just stay with it. Remember what we promised ourselves. We said that we are going to dedicate 6 months to learning what it's like to be a proper lady and learn how to cross our legs.
Yeah, I just don't know if I'm cut out to be a proper lady. I mean, not like you, Connie. You're just so, pretty. Everybody wants to, hang out with you. Josh wants to ask you to prom. I don't know if I can do this.
Rebecca, that's why you have to take this course. Maybe if you learn how to be a proper lady, you can get a boyfriend too, like Josh.
New choice.
Maybe if you learn how to be a proper lady, you can start brushing your teeth better.
You're right. There has been a smell, and I wasn't sure if you noticed.
Yeah, learning how to cross our legs is just semester 1. In semester 2, we're gonna learn all about oral hygiene.
Oh, sounds like such a big step. And the professor's kind of mean.
New choice.
And the professor's kind of, sloppy. She's just like, I feel like I can smell her order through the screen.
I know. For someone teaching a course, she's very unprofessional.
Welcome. Okay, first let's take roll.
New choice.
First, let's count how many fingers are on your left hand.
New choice.
First, let's take off your socks and release the aroma into the air.
Okay, well.
Okay, Professor Wibbly.
Hey, everyone, take off your sock.
It smells. I can smell it. I can smell my feet. Oh my God.
There we go. All right, now, everyone, just gather around the aura of your stink. This is how we can become a proper lady in today's world.
But it said on the syllabus that there would be no vomiting, and I think I'm gonna vomit.
New choice.
I think I'm gonna shit myself.
New choice.
I think I'm gonna pee everywhere.
Rebecca, Professor, she's always had a very weak bowel system. So I don't know. Do you think we can maybe put our socks back on? Because my friend here, I've known her since elementary school, and she's not going to be able to handle this.
Well, if you turn to page 65 of the handbook, you'll notice that it says, those who pee uncontrollably, 'cause, 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 ' are better prepared to cross their legs and be a woman.
Oh my God.
Rebecca, this is great news for you.
Oh my
New
God.
choice.
Rebecca, you can finally find love.
New choice.
Rebecca, I'm so glad you're such a good peer. This means you'll probably be the valedictorian.
Oh my God. Like everything is falling into place for me right now. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I believe my work is done here. Rebecca, you are a proper lady. Connie, I will see you next week for more lessons.
I don't know about you, but I feel like I'm an expert now on how to cross my legs and how to take off socks. Our next game features a newly discovered Dr. Seuss book that our players are going to completely improvise. Our players for this game are Anne and Brian, and the audience suggestion for this one was the name of a made-up Dr. Seuss book. And this suggestion came to us from Scott Wilson. His suggestion is Jump in the Dump. Here's Dr. Seuss.
Hello, 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 boys and girls. I'm Rhoda Rush, and I brought a friend with me today.
Hi, Rhoda. This is Tom Schneiders, and I'm so happy to be here today to read a new Dr. Seuss book to you all.
And Tom, let's remind the children that this book is brand new. Nobody has seen it, and they are the first ones to do so.
Yes, children, you are the first. You can't even download it anywhere, not even on Amazon or any of the other websites.
So doesn't it feel special to be special? I know I like being special, and I think my friend Tom likes it too.
I've been diagnosed as being special, so I am so happy to be here with you with our new book. Why don't you go ahead and you can do the first lines?
Sure. And let's tell our friends the name of this book. It's called
Jump
in the Dump by Dr. Seuss. The dump was so dumpy, and he was so grumpy. His mom said, "Hey, Schlumpy, go out and play." There you go.
And Schlumpy, though dumpy, enjoyed being in the dumpy. Dumpy and Jumpy were all kind of Trumpy. Up in the hills was piles of trash, cans and bottles and burned up old ash.
Burnt up old ash, my favorite thing. I also like ringlets and French fries that sing. I also like booty, and I also like Jim. But Jim was too thin to count on a rim.
Ouch on the rim, said Jim with some vim. He dug in some trash and pulled out a fry, a large fry from McDonald's that was so limp and awful. He stuffed it in his mouth like a handful of offal. Up on the hill, rolling down through the trash, came little Susie Boozy and her little dog Nash.
"Oh, Nash," said Boozy Susie, "I don't like this one bit. I don't like French fries from McDonald's or any of that shit." So Susie said, "Wow, I see some junk. I think I feel like jumping on it. Don't you?
Jump, jump, he said, jump high, jump low. Jump here and there and up in the snow. Jump here, jump there, jump in the dump, dump. Oh, how I love it to jump, jump, jump. Susie grabbed fries and tossed them around and said, "Hi, I'm here. I love you all to be around."
So Susie and Jim and Sloopy decided that day that they were going to play in an unusual way. Since we all love jumping, and since we're here at the dump, I say let's jump on this dump.
I will not be reading that to any children anytime soon. Our next game is one called Intellectual Cafe. It features troupe members Darren, who is actually the creator of Held Together, as well as Neil and Daniel. And they are going to be playing three snobby intellectuals who are going to be comparing a world issue to a classic children's cartoon. The cartoon that they are going to be referencing came to us from Felicia Evans. She Facebook messaged me this cartoon, and it was The Jetsons. And the global world issue is water conservation, and that comes to us from Ripley Smith from the Long Beach Facebook group. Thank you. Here is Intellectual Cyber Cafe.
Well, I can't tell you how good it is to see you gentlemen on break from our Ivy League schools. How is Brown, Timothy?
It's okay. It wasn't my first choice, but what are you gonna do? Daddy could only buy so many wings for a school, you know.
It's true. There's only so many people that can get into Harvard without any help from mommy or daddy. Sorry.
It's true. And do you know that I found out that where I go in Stanford, that there are actually separate scholarships and they're separated by gender. So only a certain amount of men and women get in. It's gender inequality, I tell you.
That makes me think of my most recent surveys class that I just took at Harvard in my second year. It's all about gender equality as seen through the lens of futuristic cartoons. Now, we've done Futurama, of course. We've done Rick and Morty, right? But the one that's spoken to me the most is this lens through which we see the Jetsons. I don't know if you've heard of that more retro cartoon. I know we're in college, so things are a little bit, outdated, might you say?
But I had cable and Nickelodeon Boomerang. I have seen the Jetsons.
Wow, cable.
Classic choice of Jetsons. And I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, you took the class, but I see it being so incredibly misogynistic with Rosie as the maid. Why does the robot have to be female? Why does she have to wear an apron?
Oh my God, were you sitting right next to me?
I could have taught the class.
You could teach this class, I swear to goodness. That is a delicious morsel of intellectual observation, my dear boy. That's pretty much exactly what he said.
I mean, even in the intro itself, it's meet George Jetson, and then his wife is only identified by the moniker his wife Jane. Like she has no other identifiers about her.
Oh my goodness. I think you were sitting on my left, sir, and you must have been sitting on my right. Because you are pretty much making every point that I've understood this far.
What is Judy known for? Well, I know all of us had a little sneak peek under the covers thinking about Judy Jetson. She's hot, right? That's what she's known for. Elroy is short and dopey and has no intellectual quality, but we focus on Judy being hot. When who's going to get a job with Mr. Spacely? Judy. Elroy.
I have my own opinions about Judy, I must say. She is intellectual, but I'd have to disagree with you. I don't know how attracted I am to her as a cartoon figure.
Oh.
I apologize for throwing down the gauntlet of serious accusations.
Well, if we're looking at your fiance, you always have had odd taste. What do you think, Timothy?
Oh, well, I believe that attraction is a spectrum, and yes, that Judy's only quality observed in the show was always her beauty. While Elroy would build robots or have adventures with Astro, Judy shopping. It was such a derivative quality for her.
And the fact that this is set in the future, of course, this is the biggest point for my professor. The fact that this is set in the future and that there's such still gender inequality, it must be like, he says, it's like a cautionary tale for our current society. If we end up like the Jetsons, is the message of the show that even if we end up with this continued gender inequality, we'll still manage to drive flying cars? Or is it in fact that if we end up like the Jetsons and there is still this gender inequality, we'll just devolve into a society that keeps robots as mere slaves? I know, right? It's a lot to think about.
Let's think about it.
A cautionary tale is just that, though, a tale. It's what we do with those messages that really defines us as a race. So if I could design a robot, I'll make sure it has a penis.
Oh my goodness. I believe you've hit the nail on the head of the penis.
Hey, listen, maybe if we write this poem or this essay or whatever it is quickly, then they'll let us go. I really need to get out.
Please, by all means, write a poem for all of us.
Yeah, why are you even in detention anyway?
Smoking during our lesson. I'm not used to being watched all the time.
Well, you're really getting watched now, aren't you?
Stop it.
Feel all of our eyes on you?
You can't get me behind a screen.
We're all watching you. All of us are watching you.
That's so mean. You know, I'm just sick of being here with you guys. I want to get up there and do a dance, you know?
You should do it again, but in slow motion.
Oh. Disgusting.
You do remind me of someone else I was watching on screen the other day.
Me?
I don't think he was watching TikTok. I think he was.
Okay, shut up. That's over. The conversation's over.
Well, this got really interesting.
I know you don't have anything to do since there aren't sports on the computer, but maybe you can go beat a wall or something. God.
Hey, I'm more than just a jock, okay? I have feelings. What?
That's good.
I feel things. I feel things all the time. Like when I last game when I hit a home run and I won the game for the school, like I felt really good. So I feel things.
I was there. I saw that.
Oh, you saw that? You saw me?
Yeah, I remember you're wiping I thought you were wiping dirt from your eyes, but.
No, it was a tear. It was a tear of happiness because I was really happy.
Oh, aren't you just Mr. Go, rah, rah, team, go. That's so sweet that you shed a tear of happiness because you won the game, because it matters.
You know what? Don't insult him like that.
What are you going to do about it?
Oh, I have 1 million followers. I can do a lot.
Oh, you have 1 million followers?
Actually, I think what she said was pure poetry. I liked it.
Hey. Back off, loser. I was having a connection with this one.
No, you weren't.
Yeah, no, we were. Like, you were at that game. You saw me wipe my tears, and you have 1 million followers.
Not her. The other one.
Oh, the other one.
With
Oh,
the
you can have
jacket?
that. I don't
Yeah.
care.
What are you? Yeah, you. What are you in for?
Me?
I feel smarter already. Now it's time for a word from our sponsor. Let's take a look at this improvised commercial featuring our players Liz and Agnes and Daniel, who will be making an entrance. For this one, we did need some audience suggestions of 2 household objects. The first one came from Mallory White. Her suggestion was a coat hook. And the next suggestion came from Scott Wilson, and his suggestion was a plunger. Let's give it up for our commercial.
Cheryl, thanks so much for answering my Zoom call. You're like my best friend, and I don't know who else to turn to. I keep trying to hang my coat on the wall, and it keeps falling.
Oh, no.
What do I do?
Wendy, I'm so sorry. I tried getting to your apartment as soon as I could, but they closed the street, so I got stuck here in the hotel. And every time I think about you, I just grab the plunger from the bathroom and I hold it and I think, I wish I could be with Wendy right now because she could really use this.
I know, I've been backlogged for months. I just, wish we could, have that plunger here. We could be together, and there's coats everywhere. All my clothes are on the ground. I don't know what we're gonna do.
If only there was someone who could help us.
Hey guys, how's it going? Did I interrupt?
Jesus Christ, who's that?
I don't know.
Hey, it's me, Willie Days, and I've got a great product for you. Tell me, what's your issue? Do you have a problem with not having enough plungers? Did I hear that, miss, over here on my right?
Yeah, that's one of our problems, Willie.
And did I hear something about coats not being hung and taken up off the ground?
Yeah, I mean, there's coats everywhere. You're just so yelly. I'm so scared.
What a terrible predicament. Unfortunately, you'll never have to deal with this problem again because I've got a great new product called the Snaker Taker.
Snaker Taker?
That's right, the Snaker Taker. Often we think of plungers as the only tool that we can use to help us when we've, eaten a couple too many buffalo wings. Am I right, miss?
Did you tell him about that? It was between us.
Oh, I'm sorry, Wendy. He hacked into our private Zoom call. He must have read our chats too.
You guys need to learn how to protect your Wi-Fi. Anyway, we can also use what we call a snake to unplug our toilets. And what do you know? If I just make it a little smaller, what does that look like, miss? What does that look like?
That's a coat hook.
That's a coat hook. Oh, but wait. You ladies look like you're very fashionable. You probably have lots of coats. What are you doing?
Yes.
Lots of coats. It's a little bit longer now. You can put on multiple coats.
It's a coat rack.
It might as well be. Oh, wait. They decided to go to Buffalo Wild Wings again to watch the Bears lose better. All the way back into a snake so you can snake your drain. Here you go, miss. Have one on me. And here's another one.
Willie.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much. You've made all our dreams come true.
Somehow you gave us that through our cameras in the Zoom.
That's right. And for this limited time only, you can get 10 Snaker Takers for the price of only 2. Imagine how many households you could provide service to with this special offer for only $120.99, no shipping and handling included. What do you say, gang?
Oh, it's a deal.
Fantastic! And don't forget, when you've got a coat or just something or a little bit, better use Snaker Taker when you take that shit.
The Snaker Taker, now available at www.geocities.com/The Snaker Taker.
Earlier this evening, Arlazor, the wizard from another dimension, gave us some awesome advice. It's time for another piece of advice. This time it's going to be a game with Neil as Arlazor and me as somebody who has an issue living in this lockdown.
Ah, who knew? Behind the eye of a beholder is a portal to another dimension. Welcome to Asking Arlazor, where I help you with your problems by answering your questions. Today I'm here with Sammy Jenkins. What can I do for you today, young warrior?
Oh, Arlazor, I think I made a terrible mistake. Everybody was saying to go buy toilet paper, buy toilet paper. So I went to Costco and I bought a bunch of toilet paper, and then I went to Smart and Final and I bought a bunch of toilet paper, and I went to Target and I bought a bunch of toilet paper, and Walmart and Kmart and all the marts, and now I'm constipated. I've been constipated for 8 days, and so the toilet paper that I thought I'd be using, I'm not having to use, and it's just taking up space. I can't even lay down on my bed because it's overflowing. I had to get rid of the seat on my computer chair, and I'm using toilet paper as an ottoman down here. My feet are resting on it. What do I do with all this toilet paper, Arlazor?
Ah, Sammy, it's never wrong to hoard. Dragons do it all the time, and the reason they do so is they can use magic to transmute anything into anything else. And I assume you have these powers as well. Remember, as you are already turning your toilet paper into an ottoman, you can turn it into a pillow. You can turn it into a lover. You can turn it into food. You can turn it into a weapon. Remember, Sammy, the only limit is your imagination and your lack of magical talent.
I do have to say, the idea of using my toilet paper as a lover, it's a little bit intriguing. Perfect.
She's beautiful, Sammy. Well, I'll leave those two lovebirds alone, as it seems this portal's closing once again. This has been Asking Arlazor. And remember, everybody, keep your hands to yourself, or maybe with some toilet paper. Goodbye! Today, I'm here with crap, I keep forgetting to ask for names before I start these things.
For our next game, we're going to take a look at a popular movie. This was a suggestion to us coming in from Tara Enos, I believe is how you pronounce that. The popular movie that she wanted to see was The Notebook, and the scene was the popular Scene in the Rain where the two lovers are getting it on. For this game, we're going to take a look at the other guys in that scene. So for this one, we're going to see Daniel, Amy, and Zarina as the neighbors to Ryan Gosling and Rachel McAdams as they comment on what they're taking a look at next door. Here's the other guys.
Those two are at it again.
Do they realize it's pouring rain and they really should probably get some shelter?
They're going to catch something terrible, some sort of cold.
They're not going to just catch a cold. They're going to catch a, what do they call them these days? A sexually transmitted disease. Ugh.
Noah is constantly making noise at his house, improving it, working on it's just constant home improvement. And now we have to look at this and right in his front yard.
Cool. Speaking of it, Richard, when was the last time you kissed me like that?
Oh, must have been 1936.
Yeah, We've been married for 40 years, but come on, I could use some romance like that. Look at them.
But it's raining. Goodness gracious, woman. Keep it in your pants for 2 minutes, huh? I gotta watch these young lovers duke it out like I've never seen before, and now I gotta deal with your Michigas. Ugh.
Okay, sister, brother-in-law. I just let's get out of this canoe before we continue that conversation.
Oh my God, now they're taking off their clothes. Oh my God, put your clothes back on. You're gonna catch a cold.
You're not even married.
They're not even married. Holy shit, I forgot.
Put a ring on it, buddy. Put a ring on it.
They're not married?
They're not married.
And he's poor, like super poor. And you know what else? She has a fiance back in the city.
How do you know all this gossip, Richard? Really?
Well, everybody knows it. It's not like I talk to people about it constantly and hear about it down at the local nail salon where I get my nails done.
I don't know. I just think, is he lifting her up now? Look, she's 2 feet off the floor.
Oh, my back hurts just watching it.
She has her legs wrapped around him.
Did you guys stretch first?
Oh, goodness. Don't even get me started.
You're going to get a lumbar injury.
No.
They're setting a bad example not only for their generation, but the kids growing up after them. It's terrible.
I know. If my grandkids saw that, I don't know.
No man is ever going to live up to this. No man is ever going to be as good as this guy to her.
I agree. It sets up an unrealistic standard for all of us men.
What are you in for?
Me? I mean, no big deal. That was cheating. I got caught cheating. Okay?
How'd they catch you?
My little brother was doing his homework next to me and he tattled on me. It was really stupid, okay? I shouldn't have been doing homework next to my little brother because he's a little tattletale. But you know, I'm using a loaned laptop from my school. This isn't even my laptop. This isn't mine. My little brother, the laptop he's working on, it isn't his. Our parents don't give a crap where we are. They don't give a crap if we're at home, if we're at school, just as long as they don't have to take care of us. And me doing good in school, if I do bad, if I do good, it doesn't matter. I guess I thought I'd try doing good, but gets me here. So that's my story. And if you share it with anybody, once the quarantine's over, I'll pound your ass.
Sweet.
I don't, this is like when you were talking about like how poor your family is and you can't even afford laptops. Like,
yeah, what?
Normally I feel really happy or I'll feel like really angry, but right now I was like, that made me feel, I don't know, like the opposite of happy. Like, I don't know, I never felt like that before.
What, like sad?
Sad. Yeah. That made me feel sad. Like, that's really sad.
Well, get used to it because you're hitting your peak, buddy. Once high school is over, you'll feel that feeling a lot more.
Right down the shitter.
That makes me feel even more sad. Like, I'm really popular, guys. Like, I have all kinds of girls. I'm pretty sure me and the princess are gonna hook up after we can, not have to social distance anymore, right? Right.
I mean, maybe you're starting to show some emotions and maybe you weren't so bad after all.
Yeah, I mean, I can, if it turns you on, I could be even more sad. Like, I'll think about like dead puppies or something.
Yeah, well, nothing's gonna happen unless we get out of this digital detention here. I gotta write that poem.
This next game is a little tough for me. Earlier or last year, Darren, Chris Brennan, and myself created a boy band, and we had some really great success. But Darren decided he wanted to have a solo career. So here's Darren doing a solo version of the popular Backstreet Boys' I Want It That Way. For this one, we needed a 5-syllable sentence beginning with the word I. And this suggestion came to us from Regina Ramirez, and her suggestion was, I'm an asthmatic. Here is boy band / Darren's solo career.
It's not the people's liking, I can't join them hiking. I curl up in my attic, 'cause I am asthmatic, and I don't know what I did. Been like this since I was a kid. Even static makes me asthmatic. Tell me why we can't hang a Christmas wreath. Tell me why, because it won't let me dream. Tell me why it's automatic, but I am asthmatic. Now I can see my inhalers run dry. It's down to one last shot, yeah. No matter what my limitations are, I'll give it all I got. I spend the nights wheezing, and then eyebrow tweezing. I spend my time indoors more than where there's allergies. I have so many allergies. I'm a spasmatic, 'cause I am asthmatic. Tell me why I'm allergic to everything. Tell me why I can't even wear this bling. Tell me why it's not plastic, 'cause I am asthmatic. 'Cause I am asthmatic.
Oh. It's interesting that he chose to sing about asthma when, like, you actually have asthma.
Yeah. I guess.
Yeah, I guess it's funny to sing about people with medical disorders.
Yeah, I don't think it's something to make fun of. You know.
It's a little messed up that he would. Yeah. I mean, I support his solo career, but to do our song,
Scott sounded great.
Yeah, Scott was amazing. We love Scott, but
I felt like something was missing or whatever. Is that kind of?
Yeah. That like, I think what was missing was us.
Right, and I'm not saying like don't have a solo career.
No, not saying that at all.
You're not saying that. We're not saying that, of course. But he's stealing both our looks. I don't know if you noticed. He's got this kind of this thing going.
Yeah.
And then he's got we could try our own.
Cool. Yeah. Let's do it.
In the
okay, so I'm on this beat.
Oh, I'm not getting, because it's Zoom. It's taking a moment.
Okay, well, like, okay. 5,
Why?
6. Oh, tell me why. I don't want.
I'm freezing, but
You're.
I
have asthma.
Why?
Our choreography.
Yeah.
Tell me why.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? I think that's really good. I think we should
do our own album.
Yeah. Let's. I think we just cut that, put it on Spotify, make millions.
Okay, so again, nothing against you, Darren, but 3 can play at that game.
Yep, it's on.
Doing these video conferences and improv games over Zoom makes us think, wow, what if Shakespeare had to write his plays using the Zoom platform? Let's find out. We're going to see Nellie, Anne, and Brian perform a Shakespeare scene. And the name of this made-up Shakespeare play was brought to us by our audience suggestion from Joseph Dyer. I don't think I've ever asked you how to say your last name, but his suggestion is Ham Hock. Here is What If Shakespeare Had to Write a Play Using Zoom.
Father, I must tell you something. I've been on the Zoom from my room, of course, in my chamber, since we haven't seen each other in weeks. But I found a man, Father. I found a man named Ham Hock. He lives in the valley across from the meadow next to the river.
Young lady, my dearest and wonderful daughter, I heard from the chambermaids that you have been seeing someone else. I've been sitting here in my throne room on my Zoom, and the ladies have been sending me messages and videos of thine escapades.
I swear, Father, I have not left my chambers at all. I've made a promise to you when the plague began that I wouldn't leave, and I haven't. I've seen Ham Hock online.
Thou hast riveth thy heart out of my chest. You are beautiful. You are my baby. I shall not let you go out and be despoiled by Sir Ham Hock.
When I Zoomed with Mother earlier, she was supportive of my escapades with Ham Hock. She said, it's near time that I wed, and if we be in this situation much longer, my wedding will happen on Zoom.
Daughter? Yes. Oh, you didn't tell me your father would be here.
Oh,
I am deeply, deeply disturbed.
Lady Smithers, the venom just drips from your tongue. I know your past as a strumpet among the streets, and now you're imparting your strumpetness onto thine daughter.
That's enough, Lord Smithers. I beseech you, put a sock in it. Daughter, I have seen this Ham Hock, and I am not allowing this marriage to go forward. I don't care what your father says.
Oh, no, I thought you were going to be supportive of me. Oh, the trust issues, they're coming back, even over Zoom. Why can't my parents agree on one thing?
You know
that we love you and we want the best for you, but I don't know about Ham Hock.
I will tell you. He cavorts like a pig. I cannot have this in my family.
No.
And we have given you so much.
Not enough. You've forced me to make a choice. I will drink this poison. And I will die if I can't have Ham Hock.
No, please don't.
Daughter, we will give you the latest iPhone, I swear. Your father will give you something wonderful, please.
I will give you high-speed Wi-Fi. Please do not drink thy poison.
Only under one condition.
Anything, name it.
I want Zoom Premium so I can have unlimited meetings with my friends. If I can't have Ham Hock.
Lord Smithers, did you hear your daughter? Is it done?
It is done. I shall pull thine Amazon from my pocket and order her Zoom Premium.
Yeah, well, nothing's going to happen unless we get out of this digital detention here. I gotta write that poem.
Yeah. How about I do a haiku?
Bless you.
Haiku?
Yeah, just a quick poem, like 5 lines.
Yeah, maybe we can do it as a group. We can each take a turn writing one of these lines together.
All right, I think it goes like 7, 3, 5, 3, 1 or something.
7, 3, 5, 3, 1. Those are
No,
a lot
one of my TikTok users messaged me saying it's a. Sorry, I was chatting with some other people. She told me it's 575.
Oh,
great.
Or that.
Yeah.
Cool.
5 syllables, 7 syllables, and then 5 syllables. So that means I guess one of us doesn't talk, huh?
Yeah.
I'll volunteer. I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good with that too, because I'm not interested in you sexually at all, but this one, yeah.
Everyone is.
Yeah.
Typical.
Once I looked down my pants to see what was there, that's about as full as I've ever gotten.
Well, let's write this poem. All right, I'll go first. 5 syllables.
I'll go second.
All right.
Sometimes I feel sad.
You dummy, that's 6 syllables. No, it's not. Sorry.
5 syllables.
Okay.
It's like how many home runs I hit in the last game. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here we go. Let's start again. Sometimes I feel sad.
So I walk in the rain quietly. Quiet.
Feelings.
So I walk in the rain. Shh.
Okay, that's better. Feelings help us grow.
Boom. We
Here
did
we
it,
go.
guys.
Did it.
Oh, that was hard.
Okay.
Writing this poem together makes me feel like the 5 of us should be, or the 4 of us should be friends.
Really?
I mean, maybe just in digital detention. Not in like real life. That'd be weird.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we could do this Zoom again. This Zoom chat group thing privately.
I'm only willing to do it, Princess, if you turn off the TikTok while we do it.
Okay, for you, I'll turn it off.
All right.
All right,
I
guys.
need to
Until next time.
Until next time.
All right. Peace out, guys. I'm going to go hit a home run in my pants. Thank you guys so much for watching this. It really does mean a lot to us. We really look forward to getting back out there and performing for you guys live. But in the meantime, we may do some more of these things. We also just want to encourage you to go out there when you can safely to support your local businesses. For example, normally tonight we would be performing at Hot Java down in Long Beach. And though we can't perform there, we can, using social distancing, go and get some pickup or takeout food and enjoy it in the safety of our homes. Please don't forget to wash your hands. Stay 6 feet away from people. Don't leave the house unless you really have to. And again, thank you so much for watching. For our final game of the night, we're going to do a thing called Yes and Story. For this, we need a name of a made-up character. Nelly, your fiance, Chris, is sitting there next to you. Chris, can you please give us the name of a made-up character?
How about Florence?
Florence. Great name. And Zarina, I see your husband Greg is there. Greg, can you give us a mundane activity that Florence is doing or did?
I'll go with sweeping the floors.
sweeping the floors. All right, so we are going to tell you as a troupe the time that Florence swept the floor, starting with Darren. Yay!
Florence woke, stepped out of her satin sheets and sashayed to the kitchen.
Yes. And she opened her broom closet and got her finest broom.
Yes, and once she got her broom, she went out on the balcony and took in the fresh air and held the broom up to the sky.
Yes, and she said a prayer to the gods and set the broom down on the floor in front of the dirt.
Yes. And she took the broom and started sweeping the dirt.
Yes, and as she was sweeping, she realized that she was made to do something more than just sweep dirty floors.
Yes. And she decided, I'm going to jump off this balcony to see if I can fly on my broom.
Yes. And she grabbed that broom off the ground and stuck it between her legs, got up on the railing of the balcony, and took a leap.
Yes, and Florence screamed at the top of her lungs, "I am a witch, I am a witch," and then flew into a tree.
Yes, and a hooded figure down below the tree was also saying, "Yes, you are a witch, but still need much training."
Yes. And as that witch told her this, Florence rebelled against that and decided to start her own witch school.
Yes, and she visited the local Parks and Rec department and applied to teach a class on coven.
Yes. And once her application was approved, she got room 103, where she would teach all about covens and curses and witches and whatnot.
Yes, and on the very first day of her class, 2 young girls showed up, both wearing long cloaks.
Yes, and she walked up to the 2 young girls and recognized them as 2 younger versions of herself.
Yes. And she told them that each class costs $100 or $75 if they pay on Venmo.
Yes, and she said, "That's crazy. I don't have this kind of money. We're in a recession."
Yes. And then she decided, I don't want to do that. So she bowed down to the girls and said, you are like me. Let's be witches together.
Yes, and the girls agreed. And they all became their own coven and started casting spells upon Welltown.
Yes, and their spells brought havoc to Welltown, and they were known as the Bad Witches of Welltown.
Yes, and it is these witches and not the Sanderson witches that is actually the original inspiration for Hocus Pocus.
Yay!
Yay!